You're not going to believe what just happened. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the face of WWE for over 1,300 days, might have just torpedoed his entire Hollywood career before it even started. And I'm not talking about some minor backstage drama or a wrestling storyline. I'm talking about a real situation that has Netflix executives scrambling, lawyers getting involved, and Roman's entire future outside the ring hanging by a thread. Leaked audio has surfaced, and what's on that recording is absolutely insane. We're talking about comments that have reportedly left streaming executives furious, potential contracts being torn up, and Roman possibly being blacklisted from the biggest entertainment platform on the planet. The same platform that gave us the Vince McMahon documentary, that's investing billions into live sports and entertainment. They might want nothing to do with the head of the table right now. And here's the kicker: WWE is staying completely silent. Not a single statement. Not a single denial. Just radio silence while one of their biggest stars potentially burns every bridge to Hollywood. So what exactly is on this leaked audio? Why would Netflix, a company that literally throws money at wrestling content, suddenly want to ban Roman Reigns, and why is nobody in WWE rushing to defend him? Let me break down everything we know, everything we've heard, and why this situation is way worse than anyone's talking about. Because trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to understand why this could be the biggest controversy in wrestling since the speaking out movement. And if you think I'm exaggerating, just wait until you hear what was allegedly said. Let's start with the timeline, because this didn't just happen overnight. About 3 weeks ago, Roman Reigns was reportedly in preliminary talks with Netflix for a potential docuseries following his life outside of WWE. This made perfect sense, right? Netflix already has a relationship with WWE, they are getting Monday Night Raw in 2025, and Roman is arguably the biggest star in professional wrestling today. A documentary about his journey, his family legacy with the Anoa'i dynasty, his battle with leukemia. This should have been a slam dunk deal worth millions. But then everything went silent. Roman's social media, which is usually controlled and strategic, went completely dark on anything Netflix related. WWE stopped mentioning any potential streaming projects involving Roman in their investor calls, and industry insiders started whispering that something had gone very, very wrong behind closed doors. Now we know why. The leaked audio, which I obviously can't play for legal reasons, but multiple sources have confirmed its existence, allegedly contains Roman in a private conversation absolutely trashing Netflix's creative team, their approach to wrestling content, and making some seriously controversial statements about the direction of entertainment and what audiences actually want to see. Here's where it gets even messier. According to sources close to the situation, Roman wasn't just criticizing Netflix's creative vision. He allegedly went after specific executives by name, questioned their understanding of wrestling and its audience, and made comments that some are interpreting as discriminatory regarding hiring practices and content decisions. Whether that interpretation is fair or not, the damage is done, because that's how Netflix executives reportedly received it. Quick question for you: do you think Roman has the right to speak his mind about creative decisions, or did he cross a line? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's talk about why this is absolutely nuclear for Roman's career outside wrestling. Hollywood and streaming platforms have long memories. When you burn a bridge with Netflix, you're not just losing one opportunity, you're potentially poisoning the well with Amazon, Apple, Disney+, and every other platform that talks to each other behind the scenes. Entertainment is a smaller industry than people realize, and reputation is everything. Roman Reigns has been very vocal about wanting to transition into acting and producing when his in-ring career winds down. He's seen what The Rock accomplished, what John Cena is doing, and he wants that same level of crossover success. But here's the harsh reality: Dwayne Johnson and John Cena built their Hollywood careers by being incredibly easy to work with, showing up early, never causing drama, and playing the political game perfectly. They understood that wrestling success doesn't automatically translate to Hollywood success. You have to earn respect in a completely different way. If these reports are accurate, Roman might have just done the exact opposite. He potentially walked into a negotiation with one of the most powerful entertainment companies in the world and acted like he was still the tribal chief who could demand everyone acknowledge him. That might work in a WWE ring, but in Hollywood that gets you blacklisted faster than you can say "acknowledge me." The timing of this couldn't be worse either. WWE is about to start their historic partnership with Netflix for Monday Night Raw. This is a 10-year, $5 billion deal. Netflix needs this to work. They need WWE to deliver stars who can bring mainstream attention and credibility to their platform. Roman Reigns was supposed to be the centerpiece of that strategy, the guy who could bridge wrestling fans and casual Netflix subscribers. But now Netflix executives are reportedly having serious conversations about whether Roman should even appear on Raw when it moves to their platform. Some sources suggest there are actual discussions about contractual clauses that could limit his involvement in Netflix-produced WWE content. Can you imagine WWE's biggest star potentially being kept off their flagship show because of backstage politics with the platform airing it? That's the level of dysfunction we might be looking at. Here's another question for the comments: should Netflix separate Roman's personal controversies from his value as a WWE performer, or do companies have the right to ban people for off-screen behavior? WWE's silence on this is deafening and telling. Usually, when a major star faces controversy, WWE either immediately backs them up or quickly distances themselves. Remember when certain wrestlers faced allegations and WWE released statements within hours? But with Roman, there's been nothing. Not from WWE corporate, not from Paul Levesque, not even from Paul Heyman, who usually plays damage control for Roman. That silence suggests one of two things. Either WWE is frantically trying to fix this behind the scenes and doesn't want to make it worse with public statements, or they are genuinely unsure how to handle their biggest star potentially sabotaging the most important business deal in company history. Neither option is good. Some people are defending Roman, saying he has every right to creative opinions and that Netflix is being too sensitive. They argue that Roman built WWE's business for 4 years, carried the company through the pandemic, and deserves the freedom to speak his mind about potential projects. And look, there's some merit to that argument. Roman Reigns has earned respect in this industry. His title reign was legendary, his character work has been phenomenal, and he's drawn money consistently. But here's the counter-argument that's just as valid when you're negotiating with a platform that's about to pay your employer $5 billion. Maybe you don't go on a rant questioning their competence and creative vision. Maybe you play the game, take the meeting, smile and nod, and then make your concerns known through proper channels with your representation. That's how business gets done at this level. The leaked audio allegedly reveals Roman doing none of that. Instead, he reportedly went full tribal chief, speaking with the same dominance and dismissiveness that works for his character but absolutely does not work in corporate negotiations. And now he might be paying the price. What makes this even more complicated is the ripple effect throughout WWE's roster. If Netflix is genuinely considering limiting Roman's involvement, what does that mean for the Bloodline storyline? What happens to the Cody Rhodes rivalry that's been building for years? How do you tell wrestling's most compelling story when your lead actor might be restricted from the platform where your biggest show airs? Question for the hardcore fans: could WWE actually write Roman off television if Netflix demands it, or would they go to war with Netflix to protect their top star? Let me know what you think below. There's also a darker possibility that nobody's really talking about yet. What if this leaked audio wasn't actually leaked by accident? What if someone within Roman's own circle or within WWE wanted this to get out to damage his Hollywood prospects? Wrestling has a long, ugly history of backstage politics and people sabotaging each other's opportunities. Roman's made enemies over the years with his push, his creative control, and his position at the top of the card. Could someone have seen an opportunity to knock him down a peg? It sounds conspiratorial, but we've seen it before. We've seen wrestlers leak stories about each other, executives plant negative information with reporters, and entire careers derailed through strategic leaks. The wrestling business can be absolutely ruthless when people want to protect their own positions. Right now, Roman Reigns is at a crossroads. He can either issue a public apology, try to make amends with Netflix executives, and salvage what he can of this situation, or he can double down, embrace the controversy, and lean into being the defiant tribal chief who refuses to bow to corporate interests. Both paths have consequences. If he apologizes, he might save his Hollywood prospects but potentially damage his wrestling character and look weak to the WWE audience. If he doubles down, he cements his legacy as someone who wouldn't compromise his values, but he might permanently close the door on mainstream entertainment opportunities. The next few weeks are going to be absolutely crucial. We're watching a situation unfold in real time that could define the second half of Roman Reigns' career and potentially change WWE's relationship with Netflix before it even really begins. So what do you think happens next? Is Roman Reigns actually banned from Netflix, or is this just blown out of proportion? Will WWE protect their top star or sacrifice him to keep Netflix happy? Drop your predictions in the comments because I want to hear what Wrestling Zone 1 thinks about this absolute mess. If this situation develops further, you know I'll be breaking it down right here. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates on what might be the biggest wrestling controversy of 2025.